Welcome folks to a very wet Friday morning. Lifeguards are on. As you can see, the sign is perfectly straight. Somebody must have used the level to get into that gloriously Shakespearean offset. It's, yeah, ye olde English, the sign there. Not the wording, unfortunately, but its positioning. A little bit windy, breezy this morning, so we might end up with a bit of wind noise. Nothing I can do about it, it's just the way it is. Very, very soggy morning. However, there isn't, as I was expecting, a guard change. Why? Because what happened is on Wednesday, last day that I was here, there was a guard change, but it was unexpected in the sense that it was an afternoon guard change as opposed to the usual morning guard change. Why? There were some bigwigs here in the morning, which meant the place was closed. However, it's now open again, and as you can see, apparently on Wednesday afternoon, after I'd already gone, the changeover took place, and the lifeguards arrived to relieve the blues. Going into the yard, the morning inspection is ongoing. Yeah, it's kind of ongoing. Got a trooper here in his number 2s, looking rather splendid. Checking the boxes. There will be a changeover of the horses shortly. Why? Because at the moment, wait, let me check on the other phone. I seem to think it's roughly, give or take, a moment. Yeah, 3 minutes to 11. So we've got a changeover shortly. Always love the number 2s. Lifeguard number 2s do look good, I'm not going to lie. Number 2 uniform. They're not closing the gates today, which is good. It means it's possible to be kind of fluid. It can be here in the yard, can be at the front with the horses, or indeed can be at the back. Okay, that horse isn't too much of a happy chappy, so the troopers reclosed the box briefly. See the people milling about, going from the front through the tunnel to the back for the morning inspection. Oh, he's left the gate open. He's dashing back in. Okay, all good. Magnificent trooper over there. Having to super zoom in there, guys, because I'm really far back. And again, behind me, another fine looking fellow in the arch. This particular lifeguard is becoming something of a minor celebrity. Why? One, he's very distinct looking in a very good way. And two, perhaps more importantly, he doesn't take any nonsense at all from the tourists. Why does that make him popular? Hey, it makes it popular for the same reason that we like the guards that don't take any nonsense. Because let's be honest, there's been a bit less shouting, a little bit less, get off the reins, etc. A little bit less stand back and all the rest of it recently. But you know what? I've said it before and I'll say it again. That never lasts, everyone. It'll go back to being pretty much normal very soon. That's the bell for 11, which means that in a moment the new horses will come out. And why I'm at the front, you might wonder. Well, to show you just how dire the conditions are. Horses don't like it when it's raining. Luckily, at the moment, it's not raining. I'm not sure how much this trooper is going to be patient with these school kids. Change is imminent. Here comes the guard. Actually having to go out of the side gate. Lucky I got through quickly, because the centre gates are closed, unusually. Most unusual, in fact. I'm not sure why they haven't opened, but they normally do, and in fact are supposed to open the central gate. See, notice that. Instinctively, he was going to go through the centre gate. I don't know why they've left it closed in that fashion. A little bit unusual, I must say. There's the wind, there's plume all over the place. No tourists to get in. Well, I mean, no tourists that are going to get in his way. Why? Because it's not busy enough. Almost everyone is out the back, and you know what? I'm exceedingly happy about that. If I try to go through the tunnel, we can end up with some very, 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 very major wind noise. Let's have a quick look, because I haven't got a dead cat for the phone to deal with excessive wind. Let's see. Is it windy in the tunnel? Actually, no. Weirdly enough, it's not. It normally blows massively from the back through to the front. We have, however, got a guard change, which would mean that the lifeguard's stint here was a very brief one. They only arrived here at King's on Wednesday afternoon. Here we go, Blues are already back. I would not have believed it had I not seen it with my own eyes. Honestly, I wouldn't. Just arriving and they're going to form up. How's that for timing, people? Just forming up. Super, that's very lucky, especially on a quite unpleasant day like today. In fact, a very unpleasant day like today. Ghastly. Exceedingly busy out the back here, in fact, for a Friday morning. I would have thought most people would be at the palace. It's good that it's not raining because the horses really do not like it at all. And they tend to freak out somewhat when it's raining heavily. Oh, morning. What I'm going to do is get right very close to the edge of the tunnel. Why? Because that way we'll get to see. Hey, it's a little bit sloshy, isn't it? If we're at the edge of the tunnel, guys, we'll be able to see when the Blues are riding through. It's a spot that everyone's trying to get, but nobody can get because it's just too sloshy. In fact, I've got a better idea. In terms of the light and also the troop movements in and out, it's going to be better to be at this end of the tunnel. At least for the moment. That way we'll see the Blues come through. At least the first half of the Blues come through. The lifeguards will then leave and the horses will be changed over. So this is a better spot for the moment. It might not look like it, but it is, trust me, folks. I was reluctant to spend any time in the tunnel because it's normally super noisy with that wind, but this morning it's all right. So momentarily we should get half of the Blues, actually 5 to be honest, of the 11 riding through. Wait for the officers to move out of the way and then the Blues will head into the tunnel. The second officer moves in the centre, we know they're coming. So lifeguards are lined up at the back on the right hand side. Not complete. Don't forget we've still got the 2 guys in red at the front, 2 remaining lifeguard boxmen. Okay, here come the Blues. Now that light is not super, but it will do, especially when they get to this end. There we go, that's better. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. And the corporal of horse, or lance corporal of, actually no. Actually I can't tell if it's lance corporal of horse or corporal of horse. Couldn't see, guys. My money is on corporal of horse. Yep, I mean typically the corporal of horse will be at the end of the first troop coming in. Second half will not leave the parade ground at the back until the lifeguards are finished here in the yard. So we still need to wait for that. It'll happen over the course of the next 10 to 12 minutes, give or take. Because at the moment, notice, as I've mentioned before, we've still got lifeguards as the King's Guard. Fellow here, chap behind me, and at the front the 2 boxmen. That will change shortly. 2 of the Blues, they're not going to dismount, 2 of the Blues that are in the yard at the back are on their horses and will stay on their horses because those 2 horses will shortly come out and replace the 2 horses that are at the front. A lot of you know this, a lot of you will be familiar with the process here. However, it always changes. I'm honestly genuinely surprised because the fact that lifeguards are leaving is interesting. They only arrived at 4 o'clock. They would have taken over Kingsguard around 4:30 on Wednesday. It's now Friday morning, which meant they spent, 1 full day here, i.e. yesterday. Very curious. That's a short one. Guess they got lucky with the timing. In fact, very lucky. Okay, so the boxes are open, ready for the horses to be taken out. As you can see, number 1 over here. And the trooper's now going to heave this box open. Hopefully the horses settle down a bit. Yeah, looking good. Pretty clear at the front as well. Everyone is staying back. Now people will assemble here along the line to watch this changeover. But it's not a big deal, and we've seen it many times before, so the better option is going to be at the front. Why? Because then we get to see the new horses come out and the lifeguard horses being relieved. Plus we might even get to see a tour on with the horse in the meantime. Here we are, folks. Last views of the lifeguard. There's still that blue comes out and they swap over. Glorious horse he's got there, actually. I would in fact say that almost looks like Monty. I mean, it's not, obviously, so I don't know which horse it is, but I would like to know very much. I'll try and find out, guys, as usual, and update it in the comments. It's a really, really beautiful and unusual horse. Huge blaze and those 4 white socks as well. Very unusual horse. Yeah, it'll be easy to identify this one. My money would definitely have been on it being a blues horse if somebody just showed me a picture, but it's clearly not. One at the other end, not quite as remarkable, but still rather fine looking. Trooper's just activating the call button in the box. It's key activated, he's just switching that on, and he'll probably do likewise at this end. Let's hope the horse isn't so clippy cloppy. There it is, all systems go. These TARDIS boxes are now active, everybody. Miraculously going to see this lifeguard replaced with a Blues and Royals any moment. It's starting to spit a teeny bit. It's not raining in the sense of, oh my god, I'm going to get soaked, the kit will get destroyed, but it is spitting. Hopefully that will be all. Horse is getting cloppy because obviously he heard his Blues and Royals buddies arriving behind him. They know. And he's almost certainly aware that he'll be leaving shortly. Let's hope he doesn't freak out at all. A little unsettled, but not going crazy like we sometimes see. That said, there's plenty of time for that to happen once the Blues horses come out. That's imminent. They'll come out, form up in the yard. We'll hear the verbal commands. Boxman to your boxes, etc. This horse is really, really tempted to just give up and quit. Look, he's a bit like, I'm not sure. Should I go out the front, or should I turn around, flip, and go out the back, and then go that way into the stables? Tough choices, eh? Mr. Horsey, don't worry, it's all good. Tourist wearing lots of plastic sheeting today, in all sorts of lovely colours. We've got greens. Oh, there we go. And he's back into the yard. Yep, horse is not in the mood at all today. Like, really, look. Clippy cloppy all over the place, this one. Very, very, very experienced rider here, though. If anyone's going to get this horse back into the box, it'll be this trooper. Seen it before with him. Always keeps his calm. Yeah, the horse knows. I'm sure instinctively they just have a sort of sixth or even seventh sense that, hey, it's changeover time. He knows he's going back to Hyde Park. Yes, you are. Yes, you. Massive horse, this one. 17 hands, 3 easy. But just very, very, very restless and unsettled. Not sure why. I'm thinking this is probably why the trooper hesitated to open the box earlier. Notice he did come out, he opened the first box, he left this one closed, then he came out again and opened this one. Maybe they know that this horse has a little bit of a habit of of stepping backwards to get his own way. Wouldn't surprise me at all, to be fair. They know the temperaments of the horses. Okay, let's hope he doesn't decide to do it all over again. Oh, he's going back again. Here we go. He's off yet again. Look, in the yard this time. Yeah, look, he's doing his own thing here in the yard. The issue is getting the horse back into the box before the changeover can actually be effected. Because right now he's still playing about in the yard there, look. The horse is playing with us. Okay. Yep. And the other horses. Okay, got him back in the box again. So common to see this during the morning changeovers. Wind, rain, other horses. Look. Okay, ended well. Trooper did a super job there as usual. That was impressive, in fact, very impressive. Straight in the stables, no dismount. Yep, they're taking them straight in. Which, to be honest, is probably good. Okay, why is it good? Because we're back here, folks, with the Blues and Royals. They only arrived on Wednesday afternoon late. They were here for one day. Yeah. Right, folks, the flood begins. Deluge almost, potentially. Let's wait and see. Oh, this horse is a little bit of a nibbler. I'm not sure yet which horse they've got the other end. I'll have a look in a moment. Playful, nibbly playful. This is good. I'm big surprised to see the Blues back. I really was expecting a day's worth of lifeguards today, folks, and the Blues to be back tomorrow morning, but never works out as expected. He's loving that. So that's it. Thank you. I had a bit of an itchy nose. Oh, I wonder what she was touching. Her hand is just floating in the air though. Well, it's relatively quiet. I'll have a look at the horse that we have at the other end. Again, this one has no distinctive markings. Okay, the blaze is quite a modest one. Other than that, yeah, no socks. So other end. Pretty busy here already actually. People are getting ready to watch the foot guards change over in the yard. Here we are. Another beautiful horse here. Very distinctive front right sock. Oh, that's it. Looking at the camera for us. Morning, horsey. He's just like, you know what? Don't even bother. It's cold, it's wet, it's Friday. Don't even talk to me. Oopsie. Oops. That didn't take long, did it? You see what I mean? He's like, really, just do not bother touching me, this horse is saying. No. Get away. This guy's given up, look. Just like, you know what? Not worth the risk. Okay, the tourists are starting to flood out now that the foot guards have finished their changeover. And we know what that means, don't we? Yes, we do. It means lots of spandex, lots of raincoats, lots of depressed-looking faces. When my travel agent sold me this trip to London, he said it's typically very hot and sunny and bright at the end of October, and I'm here. And you know what? She lied to me. It's not hot, it's not bright, it's basically shit, and I don't want to be here. That's the look on the tourists' faces, look. They're going to start asking me, what's the best indoor activity available in London? Look. Procession of zombies. Zombies are going to shoot The Walking Dead season 78. We've got The Walking Dead. See, look. The question is whether any of these Walking Dead want to get a picture with the horse or not. What do we think? I'm thinking that they're not going to. Yeah, problem is it's not quite the same with that Negan, is it? Since they killed off Negan in The Walking Dead, it's just, yeah, it's not quite the same. Goodness, it's quite a flood this morning. Got that interesting, curious anthropological moment where everybody thinks, hey, you're not allowed to get near the horse or touch it. Then one person will and everyone else will follow. I've seen this behaviour so many times. The anthropology of horse guards is somewhat unique in terms of the tourist locations in central London. Come on, tourists, roll up, roll up. Look. Just long faces galore because of the wet weather. I don't want a picture of the fucking horse, it's soaking wet here. Look. Everyone's staying super far back. Da, 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 da. Is it going to be a Jaws moment, guys? Not brave enough. I can't, to be honest, say I blame them, especially after a lot of people that were milling around here saw the other horse getting a bit upset and flopping about in the yard. Oh no, this one's getting a bit restless. Look, clippy cloppy. Box is clean. There's no mess on the floor. No smell here at all today. It's a fresh morning. Things are ready to begin. I think instinctively, what's going to happen is that there'll be a few people dropping by to say hello, etc., pat the horse, but the main body of people will arrive after the palace guard change, which at the moment, 1 second, is ongoing. It's only 11:20. Yeah, so I think it'll be another deluge video in about 45 minutes from now, as we often see on this channel, folks. Anyway, let's have a look at who we've got inside. And what I mean by that, I mean the new troopers on foot. If they've changed them over yet, I'm pretty sure they would have done. Yeah, blues in our kingsguard. Here we are, here's one. Yeah, so blues and royals have replaced the lifeguards. Looking, can I say, rather swish. Don't worry guys, the fellow walking archers is not going to get screamed at. He's allowed to. He's a police officer. Okay, imminently, even though I didn't know it to begin with, imminently we've got the lifeguards about to leave. They're heading out in just a couple of minutes. Oh damn it, let's be standing right in a massive puddle of water. Splishy sploshy here, folks. Okay, let's get those lifeguards heading out. And we'll get the rest of the, or let's say rest, the last 50% of the blues coming through the tunnel. Lifeguards got very lucky this week pulling that shift. They were barely here for 48 hours. It was more like about 36 to be fair, which is probably one of the shortest stints here at Horseguards. They call it Kings, being on stag at Kings. place being Kings on stag, meaning on duty. So their stag here at Kings was a very brief one. Yep. It might actually have been less than 36 hours. Either way, they got lucky. Once this process is finished, and the Blues are firmly as Kingsguard when the last of the lifeguards have gone, the tourists that are out the back, at the moment the vast majority of people are at the back watching what they believe is a changeover. I mean, I say they believe, I mean it is a changeover. However, not only is it a fairly lengthy and laborious process, not very much actually happens. Okay? We've seen it before. If you haven't, guys, there are multiple videos on this channel filming this handover or changeover process out the back. Why is that not terribly interesting? Two reasons. One, sometimes it can last more than 30 minutes. Okay, that's reason number one. And reason number two is that often they will lock the gates, meaning that you're stuck out the back for that changeover. If you don't get the option to be fluid like we are today, I could go back to the front. The moment notice the gate, the right-hand gate from this side, the yard is still open. Everybody's waiting for the lifeguards to ride out, including us folks. So you notice constant motion. Oh, somebody just got scolded and told to come over this way. Here he comes, looking bashful. They're lined up just beyond the gates, lifeguards that is. They're ready to leave any moment. There's no signage, etc. here. People are sort of wandering, like, what's happening? Where do I stand? What is the best place to see what is going on? And it's a curious thing because there is no best place. What I mean by that, it depends what you want to see. Okay? If you want to see two different groups of troopers, Blues and Royals and lifeguards lined up on horseback, out the back is the best spot, 100%. However, as I said, sometimes you get called out and the front gates get locked and you're stuck out the back, and it's a pretty damn long walk all the way around again. You just go all the way to Trafalgar Square or along to the back of Downing Street and cut through Charles Street. So far from ideal. Actually, wait, I think it's King Charles Street, not Charles Street. I can't remember the street that's next to the Foreign Office. They're keeping everyone in suspense, look. Focus brief on the tourist picture taking in the arches. The good thing about the lifeguards actually leaving any moment is the fact that once they have gone, we know that only a minute or two later the rest of the Blues come through here into the yard and dismount from their horses. So I'm going to wait until the lifeguards have come out and gone through the tunnel, and then I'm going to dash over to the corner to my left over there. That way we'll get a much clearer view of the Blues when they dismount. We'll be sort of right at the front, as it were. People are getting shouted at to keep to the right. That is, people coming from the parade ground, horseguards parade ground at the back, through the tunnel into the yard. They have to keep to their right, which means the passageway alongside the tunnel. As the main entrance and entry to the tunnel is closed, it's sealed, or sterile, as the Ministry of Defence police call it. Bear in mind, all this time, I say all this time, since the horses arrived at the front, since the boxes were open, since the boxes were reclosed after the new horses were in, and then after that, the troopers came through. All of that time, the first of the Blues that arrived are still at the back on horseback. They wait all this time. Now, it might not be so bad, you're thinking, on a relatively chilly morning like today, without the sunshine, but imagine what it was like going back to those 30-degree mornings at 11 a.m. back in June, July, August, even September. impossibly difficult, even for the fittest of the troopers. And notice here, no one knows when they're leaving. I mean, they are about to go, as we can see, but no one knows when exactly it's going to happen. Like now, in 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Okay, gates are open. Let's enjoy it. This is the ride out, the last of the lifeguards leaving to head back to their barracks in Knightsbridge, Hyde Park Barracks. There they are, magnificent, eh? Corporal of horse there at the end. Boom. Done. They're through. How's about that? Wonderful, eh? A really good thing. Right, going over onto the corner here, everyone. Slightly lucky to be allowed into the corner. But it gives us a better perspective. Notice that this side of the tunnel is effectively closed off. No one's allowed to walk along. Chains up to the door. They're there most of the time, but often the gate at the end is open. But right now, everyone is being funneled down that other passageway. Probably just about see it in the distance. But this corner is a great spot to watch the dismount, hence me quickly jumping over here. Got a Blues and Royals trooper in his number 2 uniform at the front. He'll be in a moment. And another one here, putting up the chains. That's it briefly with the horses. However, what that trooper doesn't know, or this trooper might know here, is that shortly they'll need to put the chain down again when the rest of the Blues arrive. Hold on. Yeah. There we go, look. A chain dance. Okay, that's it. They decided, you know what, let's just leave it down. Probably smart, to be honest. A lot of the troopers that are away for some time, or new troopers that just arrived, don't understand that. I say don't understand. Sometimes forget the routine of, you know, the chain and what's coming and going. Because obviously once their own horses, that is their regiment, Blues and Royals or Lifeguards, have left, they're kind of, okay, that's done. But hold on, actually wait, it's not quite done. We've still got others. Oh, Tori's getting told off. Wandering into the wrong spot as usual. Thank you. Okay, Tori's rather kindly walked behind me then to avoid getting in the frame. Oh, wait, hold on, what's this? Oh, the horses are gone. I'm so sad. Don't be sad, it's okay. They'll be back. Thank you. Okay, it's alright. Yeah, look, see, Tori's tears. I mean, I know some people get a bit upset about, you know, the horses moving, but I've never seen anybody crying over it before. Wow, hope he's alright. Now, I'm reluctant to use the word momentarily, because momentarily 5 minutes ago turned into 5 minutes, when it was supposed to be a matter of 30 seconds. But momentarily, you might notice the officer here is pushing everyone, telling everybody to get over there to his right. Look, tourists, this way, please. Bing bong, there's the bell. Now, any moment, as opposed to momentarily, the rest of the Blues and Royals will come through the tunnel and dismount, and they'll do that right in front of us. This is why the officer's keeping everybody behind the line over there. Peasant control area. That's officially known as. See, white line world. Righty ho, I can hear some clippy cloppy noises, and here they come, everybody. Don't worry, we'll get them as they come in here into the yard for the clean dismount. It's the rest of the Blues and Royals. Ta-da! Look at this. Super perspective from here. Oh, hold on, we've got a very, very, very well-known face there, that lady guard. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Goodness me, wow, that's a lot. Now, is it a long guard, is what I'm wondering to myself. It might well be. I'll check with my friend in a minute, he will know. How's that for a good view, guys? Gonna call that the numbers now. Resheath the swords, and I'm almost certain they'll have to call that the regimental numbers. First we'll dismount. Oh, clanky, clanky, clanky. I always worry about those dismounts on very wet ground like this. It's super slippy here. It would be so easy to slip over and deck it. It's even walking. Super slippy ground. Anyway, we've really got this dismount clearly today, didn't we, people? Great spot to watch it from and to be able to film it for all of you. Super. And I believe that is the Lance Corporal of Horse at the end. Bingo, there it is. Blues and Royals are now officially Kingsguard here at Horseguards.